Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry for last Friday because last Friday is morning. That means same today, but 1 week before. Then I at the very morning, right, about 9:30 to 10 o'clock, just visit the dentist and then do a tooth extraction. Actually, I still can talk because actually that tooth is already shaky, right? Not taking a lot of effort for the dentist to pull it off, but still let the wound recover, so cannot talk. Right? The nurse said better not speak too much for at least 3 and 4 hours. So sorry that for last Friday the program is stopped it, right? The program is cancelled. So sorry about that. And this week then we back to normal. Today we will take a good example of sometimes then we will think that if a company posts a bright and good company guidance, then the stock price will go up. If you do something of the guidance not very good or bad, then the stock price will drop, right? Heavily, right? But not this case, right? Not this case. So I took one example as Snowflake. We know that Snowflake is being famous because of Warren Buffett, right? But this stock, we know that Snowflake is for data center, right? Data center or server seems have a bright future. When Warren Buffett bought it, now is already about 2 years before. And we know that the development of the AI and the data center is going very quick. And then this put a lot of pressure to Snowflake because of money. We talk about this for so many times already. Data center, server, GPU, chip, all of them are big investment, not a small investment. So you need to be as rich as Microsoft, Google, or even Apple. Maybe like Equinix still has some pressure because Equinix is not very rich but not poor, right? And the chips is very expensive. And you need to upgrade the data center. You need to upgrade the server. Or if you need to rent the data center for your own use and then you enhance it, it took a lot of money. A lot of money. Especially for some company like Snowflake. So this is not careful pickup from Warren Buffett. And the stock price prove it. Because this is already after 2 years. And the stock price is still very low, right? And this quarter, Snowflake posted a good revenue guidance, but it still goes down. Not because of the market yesterday. It's because the investor doubted, can you do it? You give me a good future, but I doubted if you can do it, right? And then the stock price still goes down, right? So today we will go through a little bit on the balance sheet, and it is not very good, right? So we'll go through that in a minute. Our Falcon portfolio been 103%. Actually, we've been making a new high as 107, but yesterday the Dow Jones dropped it more than 600 points. No matter, even though Nvidia is doing okay, but we take note on Nvidia. Nvidia, we see that even after adjusted, right, the net profit for this quarter is up 4 times than 1 year before. But the stock price doesn't up even the double or 40%. It just up about 9%. Why? Because already reflected in the stock price. Not even in Nvidia, like Supermicro, AMD, others. A lot of future stock price increment already included in the current stock price, right? So you can see that the even though NVIDIA get a very good result, but the stock price doesn't do the same way, right? So we have to be aware of that. Okay, then for any stock then you want me to discuss, then you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is our cover. Snowflake's good guidance cannot boost the stock price anymore, right? Can anyone tell me why yesterday Dow Jones dropped by 600 points? Even on CNBC, no one discussed it. So this is rare, right? So stock markets like that. Right? Once it touched 40,000 and then woo, then dropped it. You see that? Nearly 1,000 points already. All right. So no one can tell. Seems no one is going to tell, right? This morning I go through the CNBC or Market Watch, something like that. No one talk about it, right? And just said that the Dow Jones dropped at 600 points. That's it, right? No reason. Sometimes it's like that. Better for Nasdaq because of NVIDIA, right? But be aware of that, right? Be aware of that, right? Maybe it will drop as well. This is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, right? And then our portfolio performance is 103%. And this year we are not doing very good, just up by 6%, right? And we are not looking the same as 2023, right? Why? Because 2023, we all know that, right? It's after a lot of Asia countries back from the COVID-19, right? Like China, like Japan, right? A lot of countries, right? But not going to be the same anymore, right? Because today, we know that may not get the interest rate cut, right? Now it's nearly June already, right? No news from the Fed. So we go through some news first, right? For we all know that India and Japan are the bright spots in Asia's supremely interesting equity and M&A markets. M&A means mergers and acquisition, right? That means the mergers like the DocuSign, someone is interested on it, and then is going to buy it, right? Merge, two company goes together. Acquisition, that means I buy a company, right? Or buy the main shares of this company, right? And the main area may be for artificial intelligence, healthcare, and renewable, should be renewable energy, right? And Japan, Hong Kong stock list Asian market lower. Of course, right? Hong Kong is special, right? Hong Kong is special. It's not very related to the others, but Nikkei is. That means Japan is, right? When the US stock drops, and then Japan drops as well. SMIC, actually, then yes, she may be the number 3 foundry in the world because China has 1.4 billion population, right? Maybe, but not the most advanced, right? SMIC held a 6% market share in terms of global foundry revenue, right? Counted on the population, yes, it is, right? But if you count the advanced degree, then may not be, right? And talking about India, we know that India's rise is about on 2022, right? 2022, something like that. So we need to count at least for 10 years, right? A lot of things then needs to be done, right? It's not like Japan. Japan may be just 2 or 3 years, okay, right? Because Japan has everything, right? The transportation and the basic technology and the monetary system, right? A lot of things already, right? It just need to be rise up, right? Mainly is for the yen's currency, but Japan is not. But India is not. A lot of things is not being well done, like the transportation, right, and like the water, right. A lot of things, right. like the data center, like the server, like a lot of things, right? So for India, at least we need to wait 10 years or even 15 years because India is very big, right? Also 1.4 billion population. So if we count from 2022, then now it's just a few years, right? We still have to wait for India to get the money from the world and then rise up. But for a lot of construction, a lot of things, server, something like that, whatever you can think of. Right? So a lot of fresh graduates in India are being employed in what startups, right? And more than 50% of them is related to IT service, right? We know that the programming of India is excellent in the world. But the India's unemployment rate rose to 8.1% in last month, April. And in March, it's just 7.4%. Right? Maybe because of the birth rate of India, because India is still poor, right? Still poor, so a lot of women is going to give the birth to baby, not like Hong Kong or not like China. People doesn't want to have the babies anymore, right? And the number of startups in India jumped 37% in April. A lot of startups rise up, right? There is a 14% increase in the number of jobs from startups. So we have to wait for India, right? We talk about Snowflake. If we take graph like we did before for Snowflake, you can see that Snowflake's stock price is going down, right? The goal there is on 2022, right? Because of one, because of battery hardware. But after that, it goes down, and goes down. So now it's still at the very lowest level, with a market cap of 51.6 billion US dollar. And if all of us can remember in the past year, all the things related to data center, the stock price and the revenue and the net income goes up, but Snowflake goes down, right? So she has some very serious problem. And the report just issued is just few days before, right? For the period ended, that means one quarter, 22 of May this year. Immediately, you will see a big clause that I put on for the statement of operation, right? A big clause I put it on because, and this is for the quarter ended on end of April. We can see that the revenue, very good, right? For this quarter, 828 billion US dollar compared to 623 million US dollar of 1 year before the same quarter. But for the net income, or more precisely should be the net loss, is 316 million US dollar compared to 225 million US dollar loss in 1 year before. So what does it mean? Right? She got more business, but she lost more. So I just put a big star on that with a circle, red circle. You can see that the operation loss is 348 million US dollar. That means the more business she did, she lost more. Why? Because she need to rent the data center. She have to rent it. She doesn't have her own. Right? And all the data center, like the Microsoft, like the Google, or like Amazon, they are putting the price up. And she cannot get this upcharge to her customer. So whenever she did, of course she did more business, right? Because people want to, okay, it doesn't matter, right? I don't have the space in Microsoft, then you have, right? And then I use your service. But she cannot put up the price, or she cannot put up the same degree of price that Microsoft put up. So more business she did, she get more loss. This is a typical example. And then take a look on this balance sheet, right? It's quite interesting, right? On the current asset, seems doing very good. The current asset have a 4.1 billion US dollar. Very good. But the short-term investment is 2.2 billion US dollar. That means half of the total current asset. And I noticed on the long-term liability, there is the Snowflake stockholders' equity of 4.5 billion US dollar. This strikes me as odd. Normally, stockholders' equity is not a liability, right? They are investors. I own the stock, right? So why is there? Is it both of them related? I don't know, but it's very suspicious. Then, what is the current asset composed of? Should be only the cash and the cash equivalent or the account receivable. That means 1.6 or 1.7 billion US dollar only. And then the current liability is a real liability, account payable, account expense, and then is 2.4 billion US dollar. That means the leftover, the not enough portion is more than 1 billion US dollar. That is serious, right? That is serious. Until I know that, what does it mean, right? And then the company is a loss, no profit. So how can they pay it? For the cash flow from the operating activity or the net cash provided by the operating activity, and this is adjusted, right? Depreciation, amortization, something like that, blah, 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 then you can see by own. It's 355 million US dollar. That's okay to me, right? And then we take a look on the margins, right? Product gross margin adjusted 77, very good, right? Should be like that, right? But for the operating margin, 4% adjusted. I can't believe it, right? Operating margin is only 4%. And there is a big adjustment for stock-based compensation related charge as a percentage of revenue is 43%. Whereas, what is this? What is this? Is this related to the previous page, what we talked about the stockholders' equity? I don't know, right? So I put a big question mark and then put a red cross on it. And then for the net income, is less than 1 year before, right? 51 million US dollar compared to 54 1 year before. So this is suspicious for the balance sheet, right? What happened in Snowflake? I don't have the interest. I don't have the interest to go deep. And for the adjusted free cash flow, adjusted 44% compared with 46%, okay to me, right? But you cannot hold the profit. Free cash flow, but you cannot hold the profit, right? There's no use. And then for the net revenue retention rate is keep on going down, right? That means you cannot hold the revenue, right? Cannot hold it. You can see that, right? From 2 years before, going down, and going down to last quarter. The guidance is beautiful. You see that product revenue, wow, good, right? You can see that. This is in million. 3,250 million compared with 2,667 in last year, right? And the gross margin adjusted 76, right? Still beautiful, right? And the adjusted operating margin 6%, very low. That means the net income rate still will be a negative. Should be a negative. If the OM is just 6%, then the net income is a negative. Free cash margin 29%, unchanged. So it's not helping because the investor have a big question mark. How can you do it? You still earn money or still lost? It's not a short time already, right? It's 2 years or 3 years after Warren Buffett's buying, and then now all the data center stock goes up unless except Snowflake, right? And we take a look on that, the forward PE. We assume all is correct, all is true, and go as a playbook of what Snowflake told us in the guidance. The PE is still more than 100, 173, right? So I suggest stay away from Snowflake, stay away from this company because she is losing the competitive power, right? If the AI is not going so fast as now, she maybe can survive. But if AI goes so far, then she needs to have a lot of money to run the data center, to run the AI, to upgrade the data center, upgrade the server. But a lot of competitors rise up. A lot of competitors doing their own server, doing their own data center, and they have the money as well, right? Yes, the chance is up ahead, but do you have the money? No. Right? No. That is the problem. So stay away from Snowflake. Maybe she is a good company, but not for now. This is my suggestion. Okay, so thanks for watching, and then any like, comment, share of our program is appreciated. Subscribe and then press the bell icon, right? Okay, hope everyone have a very peaceful and happy weekend. See you guys on next Friday. Bye bye.